just gooey, ugly, nasty stuff. Postman Pat, Postman Pat, Postman Pat with black and white cat. It has rear reclining seats. He had all the gear but no idea. Brother, Hey guys, today we're working on E23 732i that unfortunately has a seized engine. So today what we're going to attempt to do is try to unseize it, and what I'm doing today is I'm draining the mixture of oil and coolant or water that's been mixtured inside the engine. I don't know if that's the right word for it, but yeah, it's all just gooey, ugly, nasty stuff that's in there. I'll show a picture of it or a video of it in a minute. And yeah, it's plan is to drain it all out, and then I am going to take the spark plugs out, and then we're putting diesel into the whole engine. So wherever the oil used to be, I'm going to be putting diesel in there and letting it sit, and also I'm going to be putting diesel down the spark plug holes as well and letting it sit. We're probably going to let it sit for a week or two maybe, and that hopefully will penetrate all the corrosion, rust, whatever it's making it seize, and hopefully it unseizes. And then the plan is from there is to do the head gasket, which is the reason why there's water in the oil and oil in the water and all sorts. So yeah, if that fails and doesn't work, then we have a plan, which is we will rebuild the engine completely, take it out. And if that's the case, then stay tuned, because we're going to be documenting that. So yeah, and if that fails, then we are on the lookout for a replacement engine. So it's basically going to be an engine swap, put another engine in it, and hope for the best. So I'm getting stuck right in. I'm going to jack the car up, and I want to take this oily sludge out of this engine. The plan is to unseize it, so I'm going to use diesel. Diesel acts like a penetrative agent and basically attacks the corrosive areas that have failed in the engine. I'm going to basically take the sludgy oil out and then replace it with diesel in essence. So that's what you can see me do here. Actually, before I do that, let me show you guys what this sludge looks like. Yeah, that is not good. That is not good. Engine not good at all. Time to get that out of there. I do apologize that this is in portrait mode. I wanted to make a reel out of it and a few shorts, but yeah, check this out. Straight water coming out the sump, not good at all. And then the sludgy oil, nah, not great at all. That needs to get out of there. I'm going to let this drain naturally for a few minutes. Well, at least I'm going to go get some diesel, and in that time hopefully it all drains out slowly, as it is very sludgy. The workhorse at the moment. I'm using this as a daily, and it is a good daily, but it's very expensive on fuel. Anyway, I've got the diesel in petrol cans. I'm just going to pull that out now and start putting it into the engine. So yeah, let's see how it goes. Just a bit of background on this E23. We bought it a couple of years ago now, but the intention was to restore it and get it back up to scratch. However, it's one of those projects that, you know, we bought it, we parked it up and forgot about it. So yeah, we've got it up to the top of the list now. So we bought it off some young lads, and basically they had done a lot of work to the engine, changed a lot of parts, but the problem was the head gasket had blown. So they'd done everything to get it up to standard, but then this was like the final straw which broke the camel's back. They just couldn't invest any more money to get the head gasket done. It was way too expensive for them. So that's where we came into play. They advertised it on Facebook Marketplace, and I sent it over to my uncle, and from there we said, you know what, let's go pick it up, send them a deposit and get the balls rolling. So yeah, that's just a bit of background on the car. This is quite a not the rarest car, but it is different. It's a 3.2 litre straight six engine, the M30 block, and this is actually a blue car, really nice blue actually, and has a blue interior. See if I can get it side easily. I managed to get the door open. Nice blue interior, and also, which is a really cool feature in this car, really cool for early 80s, it has rear reclining seats. So these two seats on the ends, they recline. Very cool, very futuristic for BMW. And yeah, you can imagine this being a 7 Series, you know, chauffeuring around rich people, as you can call them. But yeah, very cool. Can't wait to get them working and running. Actually, we have something special for this car in terms of the seats, so make sure you stay tuned to find out what that is. But for now, I'm going to get on, drain this oil, and get some diesel in the bores and let it sit for a week or so, and hope that the engine unseizes, and then we could do the head gasket. Hopefully we have a running car then. If not, if it doesn't unseize, then the plan is to basically rebuild this engine. So we could have a series of taking this engine out, completely rebuilding it, taking the piston rings out, doing all the, you know, the camshafts, the crank, everything that needs to be done basically to get that engine refreshed. So yeah, if that does occur, then definitely stay tuned, because we might have a series on that one. So let's get these spark plugs out. I'm starting with the ignition leads and then working my way across the engine to get all these spark plugs out. The idea is that I'm going to be putting diesel down the bores, and I'm hoping that it seeps down the side of the pistons and releases it. That was the postman in his car. What do you think of when you see the postman? I think of Postman Pat, Postman Pat, Postman Pat with a black and white cat. That was just me having a moment with the postman. See what I mean about the boys? They put a lot of new parts in this car, and you can tell. That's right, I'm hoping that a lot of these parts I can reuse, as they were replaced very recently and are in good condition. So I'm hoping that, you know, once the engine is released, I can continue to reuse these parts. Not too shabby. So I'm going to continue to remove these spark plugs. They don't look too bad at all actually, which is a good sign, because that means that the engine failure isn't terrible. But yeah, I'm going to remove them and then get it to a stage that I can put some diesel down the bores and then let it sit for a week or so, and let's see what happens. I'm hoping for the best. I've got my fingers crossed. I just hope this engine unseizes, because I do not want to replace it. But if you have to, then we're on the lookout for a replacement engine. And if you guys know anyone that's got one, then definitely drop a comment below and let me know. It's a cold day in Leicester this morning, Saturday morning today. Just for the record, I'm not a mechanic. None of my families are mechanics. I just love cars. I got into it from a young age. I was always tinkering with a car that was always lying around here on the driveway. Usually one of my dad's cars or my uncle's cars. And yeah, pretty much self-taught. My uncle used to buy tools, we say all the gear, no idea. That's him. He had all the gear and no idea. So yeah, he always had tools lying about in the garage. So yeah, I just decided one day, you know what, I'll pick a spanner up and give it a go. So that was my idea. That was my sort of driving force. Self-taught. I'm not a mechanic, so whatever I say or do, just as a disclaimer, just don't take it as gospel. I'm learning along the way. I'm trying to share some knowledge, trying to learn at the same time. So yeah. So before I continue, I'm going to flush the engine with some diesel. So basically I'm going to pour some into the oil filler, and then it's going to just work its way down through the engine and then out the sump plug. So yeah, it just sort of flushes that sludgy, oily stuff out before I fill the sump up with diesel. And then let it sit for about a week or so. As you can see guys, that's clearing some of that gooey shit out, helping it to come out anyway. So yeah, that's the idea. God, there's some nasty stuff in there. Right guys, so I've closed the sump plug from underneath and I've drained all the oil out, as you saw. Check this nastiness out. It is disgusting. This is a mix of your oils, your water, a bit of diesel, nasty stuff that was in there. And I've got a feeling that's the reason why this engine has seized. Well, it is the reason why this engine has seized. So yeah, drained all that out. I've now filled all the bores with diesel, and I've filled the engine with diesel as well. I'm going to let that sit, and I'm going to hope for the best and hope that unseizes whatever is seized right now, and then we can see if the car starts, because it did start when we bought it. And what we're going to do then is do the head gasket, and hopefully after a compression test everything is good and we don't need to split this engine. Fingers crossed, guys. Right, you guys saw what I did today and what the plan is. I want to say a big thanks to everyone that's tuned into it. We are small, we're not mechanics, we're just giving it a try. We just want to, you know, enjoy cars, enjoy classic BMs, and just show you guys good content. So yeah, thanks for watching, thanks for tuning in, and make sure you stay tuned for the next episode. I'm excited to see whether this engine unseizes. Cheers guys, see you later. So I've let the engine sit like this with the diesel in it for about 3 weeks now, and let's see what's happened. Here with the E23, and this is just proof that the engine is still seized after probably about three weeks of it sitting in diesel. That is literally not moving. I've got it on the crank bolt, and it's literally not moving. It's seized and proper seized, so there's no moving that at all. I can't even remember what size the bolt is, but yeah, engine seized good and proper. I am so gutted that this engine is seized. It's our fault. We left it in that oily mess for way too long, but I guess now we're gonna have to either rebuild it or replace it. What do you guys think we should do? Do you think we should rebuild this or replace it? I don't know. Just depends on what's more feasible and what's possible. So let me know in the comment section below, what do you think is the right thing to do for this car? As always, thanks for tuning in and watching this video on this E23. Make sure you like, comment and share the video around. Thanks guys, see you on the next one.